the sound of my voice has some personal struggle or some setback that could prevent you from discovering your passion or your destiny, please don't let your past dictate your future. In January 2010, I was invited to a Pampered Chef show. My husband and I had been experiencing some really hard times financially. We were beyond strapped. We had recently lost our business, our life savings, even our vehicles. By the grace of God and the loophole in the law, we were able to keep our home. We sold anything and everything that we could just to make ends meet. Jewelry, clothes, even my beloved Pampered Chef products. Our parents had helped as much as they could, but they could only do so much. We had gone from a very comfortable lifestyle to actually being on government assistance just to survive. We were relying on food stamps to feed our family. I remember sitting in the parking lot at the DHS office, gripping the steering wheels, tears running down my face, wondering, how did we get here? I'm so grateful that that assistance was available to us, but we quickly realized receiving that kind of assistance is a vicious cycle. It's very hard to get out of that. I was truly feeling defeated. Needless to say, when I was invited to my friend's Pampered Chef show, I knew I didn't have the money to spend. But I thought I could at least be there, be a place on the couch, be a warm body for her. During the show that night, I realized that this could be a way out for our family. My husband and I had been struggling with what we should do to increase our family income. But my heart was to stay at home with our children. And full-time childcare for 3 children not yet in school would cost me more than I would actually be making at any of the jobs we had looked into. I went home almost reluctant to talk to my husband because I knew that we didn't have the money for the kid. And up until that very night, he never actually kept all 3 kids by himself. I even asked the consultant that was doing the show that night how she got her husband to babysit while she did shows. She looked at me and she said, honey, it's not babysitting.
She said, it's not babysitting, it's parenting.
That if this was what we were supposed to do, it would be apparently clear. Well, when I walked in the door, my husband took one look at me and he said, you're going to sell Pampered Chef, aren't you? We knew that this was the answer to our prayers. That's funny. I couldn't sign right away. Remember, we were broke. We actually had to wait 6 weeks for our income tax return to come in before we could afford to purchase the kit. My first goal, of course, was to get us off of food stamps. And I'm happy to say that my very first commission check did that. I never even went back for another follow-up appointment or anything. I have had to go back several times to drop off Post packets and products and think about it. Got some great customers in Post there. I will always be grateful to my friend Brenda, who invited me to her show that night. She didn't exclude me from her guest list just because I didn't have money. I'm happy to say that she was the very first person to join my team. I'm forever grateful to the Pampered Chef for allowing us all to experience more. Oddly enough, my more has changed since we saw those immediate financial blessings 3 years ago. We're now able to use 75% of my commission, put it into savings, and toward the principal of our mortgage. With the guidance of Dave Ramsey, we will be completely debt-free, including our mortgage, before we have 3 teenagers on our auto insurance. blessings have been wonderful. It's the intangible things that I have realized keep me going and mean the most. Since becoming a consultant with a Pampered Chef, my husband has stepped up to the plate. He is now a true partner and the man of my dreams. He has been transformed from a disengaged parent to a fabulous daddy. Now I walk out the door a few nights a week, and it doesn't matter if he does things my way. The bonding process that has developed between him and the kids is my more. Thank you, Pampered Chef. Thank you, Home Office Training Team. My upline directors, Kathy Ellis, Becky Smith. And for all of you for keeping this dream alive. Lives are being changed.